Hey everyone, Ryan Beisner here with NVIDIA. I'm here to talk about AIStore, specifically about the software development workflow of AIStore on a local machine, or as we call it in the docs, the developer playground. First, I want to give a very brief overview of AIStore, then we'll jump right into just a quick demo. So AIStore is a lightweight object storage system with the capability to linearly scale out, and we place special focus on petabyte scale deep learning workloads with AIStore. It has the ability to run on commodity Linux machines with no special hardware requirements, and the project pays special attention to ease of use and ease of consumption across multiple substrates. You'll find Kubernetes examples, Helm charts, and Terraform definitions, making it easy to use with a vanilla K8s cluster or on a public Kubernetes cloud offering of your choice. AIStore is written from scratch in Go, and it is open source, licensed under the MIT license, which is a pretty short, clear, concise form of open source license. You can find that source code readily available on GitHub. So be sure to check out the summary text of this video for that and other useful links at the end. This workflow is useful for iterations on AIStore itself, adding features, working on issues, things like that. But if you're after a multi-node type of deployment, I'd recommend instead looking at our Docker and Kubernetes and Terraform examples in the AIStore repositories. If you want a quick way, though, to kick the tires and start developing, you're in the right place. With this workflow, we have people that use it on VMs, on laptops, bare metal, MacBooks, Linux machines. So all of the above is a pretty universal experience. Okay, let me get my console. Let's get moving here. So I've already done a go get of the source code, and that has brought us to the master branch. Real quick here, full disclosure, we are currently at the time of this recording in the run up to the 3.3 release. So I'm running here 3.2.1 plus however many dozens of commits we've had in the last number of months. So our mileage may vary. This part right here is running from tip. So just pretty simply, the first thing I like to do here is just make the command line, make CLI. So there is an option to copy these files over to do autocomplete. I've not done that on this machine, but it is handy. What I have done, though, typically in all of my environments, is I've got the go bin path in my system path. So the binary that was just built, I can call directly at this point in time. Just to double check, there we go. Yes, it's working. So the next bit is to deploy a local cluster, which essentially uses temp directories. Right? That's pretty easy to do. We just type make deploy. Now, it's going to ask us a number of questions. I'll use 10 storage targets, 3 proxies, 2 local cache directories, and we're not using any of the cloud providers, so I'll just answer no to all of that. So it takes not very long for that to happen, and we'll see you can see the temp directories of each of the virtual storage nodes, if you will. But right away, I should be able to do AIS, show cluster, and see that running cluster status, right? You can see the 10 storage targets are there. So quickly, we can do a bucket creation. So I'll do AIS bucket, create bucket, demo, and we can do a list. For example, it's empty as expected. I happen to have an 8 gig file living over here in a home directory. So what's kind of interesting, I think, is to, let's see, sample 3 is the 8 gig file. When I do that put, you can see the local traffic traversing my loopback interface. Kind of fun. Those are packets. There's my data. I have a few more files. We'll just put them in there just for fun. I think this one's just 1 gig, and then who knows? Who knows what this is? It's not there. Oh, okay. No number. All right, cool. So we can do a list again, AIS ls demo. We can see the 3 files in the bucket. Nothing too fancy here in this demo. This just makes a nice iteration, right? So if I have a feature that I want to add, I can go in and start modifying my code right here in this directory, do another make and redeploy that cluster. But first, of course, we would have to tear it down. So that's easy enough. Make, kill, clean, and it will all be going away. Now, I am using one laptop to do all of this, plus the video recording. So I don't know for sure how the stutter has been. Hopefully it's pretty good. It looks like we're doing pretty well over there. So one other thing I wanted to show, and this is just in the documentation as well, but so that we don't have to keep answering those questions over and over again as we go through, you can do a little trick like this to pipe in the answers and redeploy another cluster locally with 10, 3, and 2. Similar story. I can do AIS show cluster. Typically, you have to wait a few seconds for it to all become stable. I probably jumped the gun there. We'll give it a sec. There we go. We're back up and running with another cluster. So you can see how quickly that is to iterate and deploy and clean and kill and deploy and clean and kill, etc. I hope that you find that useful. Please feel free to comment on this video. Also check out the docs and have a great time. Thank you.